Hello, this is Ascension Lab, and we are finishing our Overexplained run on the Regent. Last episode, we defeated the crab and took Dying Star as our rare reward. I usually don't take Dying Star, but I think it's quite nice into some of the encounters for Act 3 because a lot of them, such as the Knights, it goes pretty well against them. You can save yourself from taking a lot of damage. And the combat, the books, I forget what they're called, the scrolls. Generally, you can not take a lot of damage against that, so I'm pretty happy with that specific take here. Now, let's look at the Act 3 relics that are offered to us. Fur Coat. My issue with Fur Coat is that sometimes it can be almost every encounter that you find is just a 1 HP encounter and you slide through this act, and that's great. Other times it's completely spread out, so you only get one or two encounters where you're actually fighting a 1 health enemy. And there's also encounters, for example, the robots. I forget their name, but they respawn a few times. It doesn't really do much into that combat, and you're likely to get that combat at least once. So I'm leaning not towards fur coat. I've had success with it in the past, and it's nice, but I'd rather not. 999 gold with Signet Ring is nice. It's just, in general, nice if you get more than one shop in any of your paths. And here we have a shop, here we have a shop, and this path generally looks pretty safe, and there's an escape route if I don't feel comfortable fighting this elite where I can go up through here. I think I like that a fair bit. Looming Fruit increases your max HP by 31. A really safe take in almost any run. I think it's probably the best, but I want to try Signet Ring actually. I'm curious to see if we can get to these two shops and if we'll get something nice out of them. So let's try that this run. I'm just going on record to say I think Looming Fruit might actually be a bit better. We'll see what happens. So we're going to be taking this right path. We'll go to the shop here. Hopefully we don't take too much damage, or else we might need to go here. I want to avoid this encounter because if worst case scenario we need to escape up through here, then at least this is an easy pool encounter and we can hit a rest and we should be able to get to the final boss pretty safely. I'm gonna go to this shop and assume that it's my last shop. We have a lot of money, so I'm just gonna spend as much as possible here and assume that we aren't going this way, even though ideally I want to. It's just that in this path there are two elites and two hard pool encounters, or I guess one easy pool, one hard pool. It's a rough path. Um, we'll see how strong we are by the time we get up there. Okay, this is not a great draw, is it? I almost don't want to play anything here because for Pale's Tears, a lot of energy will transfer over. With Terraform plus Strike, I'll do 15 damage. In the grand scheme of things, it's not a whole lot. I don't really care to play anything here. Let's see what we get. Hopefully we get a nice draw. It's a bit risky to do what I just did. Okay, well we have decent energy here. So let's play Black Hole. We'll exhaust. I think we have to play this. And that's fine. And then we'll get more stars. We're going to take 11 damage here, which isn't ideal, but it's also not the worst thing ever. Okay, so we have 3 energy. Dying Star will get rid of 9 of his attack. I'd rather not weaken him, and I'd rather just play Reflect. And I think it's fine to just draw here and see what we get. And then, do we have anything on our discard pile that we really want to play for next turn? Not really. I think I'm cool with just playing this Shining Strike here. Yeah, it's not such a bad turn. Okay, we take a little chunk, but it's not the end of the world. We can weaken him here, which does a fair bit. Lowers his damage. let's use our... Actually, let's not play it yet. Let's run our glow. What do we have here? So this is nice because we can play both. So this will do 45. This does 16. So that adds up to lethal, right? 45. No, it'll do 45 plus 16. So that will be 61. So no, it's not lethal. At the very least, I can play Photon Cut and put this at the top of our deck so that we use this automatically, and then Patter will help us block for a little bit more. So we're not taking a whole lot here. Our deck really isn't that strong for this act, to be honest. It's a bit unfortunate. So, in our discard pile, do we have anything that we really want to play? Um, I think it's really important that we weaken him again. And we don't have anything in our deck that would actually, in our draw pile, that would weaken him at least, or a discard pile. I think playing Reflect is going to be safe, but let's play Glimmer first so we can at least... Okay, this is good that we drew guards because now I think that we're in a pretty good spot. So we're going to do this, weaken him a bit. We can play Reflect. And then we could also play a block to go with it. That will do 31 damage to him, and then we should have something that can kill him in our next draw pile. Let's see what we have. Yeah, I think a Falling Star and a Strike should kill. I'm not too upset with that. Um, let's just block here. Oh shit, we don't have the star. Actually, we do. We definitely got chunked there for a fair bit, which is less than ideal. Do I want any of these cards? I'm pretty happy with our block engine, to be honest, with Reflect, and also I'm Invincible and Dying Star. I don't feel like taking anything here. Celestial Might, I don't think we need any new attacks. I don't think it does a whole lot. Collision Course is... I usually only like Collision Course early game. It's a 0 cost that does 9 damage. And it's good for clearing Act 1 combats quickly. I don't think it adds anything to our deck right now. I think it just bloats it, and that's the last thing that we want. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip here. We have another combat. Okay, we got the books. We didn't draw any defense, which is a bit scary. We don't have anything to weaken, which is a bit scary. Oh man, this is not good. I suppose I could kill the middle one. I don't know what else to do here. Yeah, I guess I just have to. I don't want to take any more damage, right? It's alright. That loses us max HP, by the way, so not so great. Reflect is really good into this because now we're probably going to reflect a lot of damage back. That will do 16 back to him and also 16 back to him. We're only blocking for 21. Ideally, we'd want to keep some energy for Pale's Tears for next turn. So I'm going to weaken him. So now they're doing 12 plus 16. So that's 28 total. I'll do another block. Yeah, that's probably our best bet. Actually, I could also attack. Yeah, that's fine. Getting beat up here a fair bit. I think we're going to have to end up going the safe route for sure. I'm cool with just killing him here, but first let's do our glow. And we can set up our terraforming for next turn. Hopefully we can just take him out. I wish we got Dying Star earlier in this combat, because this is one of the reasons why I took it. I thought it'd be strong in this fight. But that's life. Uh, Resonance Plus does interest me a bit. I don't think I'm going to take it, though. Gain 2 strength, all enemies lose 1 strength. I mean, it seems okay. We're facing Queen and Doormaker. Actually, I don't really like it too much into either of these because Doormaker hits for just like a large one single attack. Um, Queen is kind of the same. Well, actually, she hits for multiple attacks, so it's decent against her. But I think Shining Star will already, or Dying Star will already do pretty well into that. So I don't think I feel the need to take Resonance Plus here. It's not a bad take. I would understand if someone would. I feel like it's too late in the game for us to go for this. And Knockout Blow just doesn't do anything for us, really. It's not a consistent way to generate stars. 30 damage for 3 energies, nothing incredible. So let's just skip. At this point, we're really selective about what we're going to take and what we aren't. Okay. We need to be realistic here in terms of, do we think we can kill the 150 HP dummy? We don't have much like front-loaded damage like that, to be honest. I think taking the 75 HP, it's cowardly. It's a bit cowardly, but I think we have a real shot at that. I think the other one's just unlikely to work. Okay, so let's get rid of 2 defense. Let's see what we get. So we can vulnerable. Add these. 31 damage. Not bad. Let's put the glow on the top of our deck, and yeah, I think we're gonna get our potion at least. It's cool. What do we get? King's Courage. I mean, it's not a great potion though, so I'm not too stoked about it. I definitely don't want to give up Lantern. I'd rather not give up Fish Oil either. I'll just give 100 gold for the random relic. Strike Dummy is pretty not great. I don't think we have any strikes in our deck except for 1. I don't really think this is going to do anything for us. Oh, Shining Strike. I guess it does something for that. That's cool. So Shining Strike gets 3 more attack. It's pretty insignificant pickup. Okay. I'm thinking I do want to get Sword of Stone proc, but I don't want to risk losing the run over it. That's the thing. Should I go to the... I think I do need to go to the store for it. Yeah, you see, this is why I didn't want to take the Feather Coat or whatever it's called. It's because, say these two are at 1 health, and I kill them, they just respawn anyways with this, so it'd be so useless. So, kind of glad I didn't take it. Okay. We need to block a bit here, so let's get rid of these 3. Actually, maybe I don't want to get rid of the Vigor, because I think maybe we can do a nice little turn down the road with it. Okay, they're doing 30 damage total here. I can use my Reflect, and that blocks for 27. Pretty happy with that. And let's get that on our deck too, just so we know we have some consistent damage every turn. Okay, I'd like to weaken him, and I'd like to get the Reflect back on top of our deck. Sorry, I'm playing a bit quick here. So we're going to have a Reflect back next turn for sure. Okay, we're going to play it, of course. We can kill him this turn. We don't want to play Dying Star actually this turn because we want him to hit us so our Reflect does damage. So let's just put Dying Star on top of our deck. And we can kill him here with this combo. Actually, I shouldn't have even done that. I should have used it on the other guy. Oh well. Is there anything that I would like? I don't think we're gonna get Kingly Kick ramped up for this fight, so I'm actually pretty okay with turning it into a minion strike. And Black Hole too. I don't think we're gonna get either of those really off the ground since this fight's pretty close to being over. Um, yeah, I'm cool with just ending here because I would think that this is good. I did misplay a bit there, I'll say. Okay. Um, so they're not attacking this turn, they're attacking next turn. I almost want to put this on top of my deck again, but we can play it first and then do that. Is it back on top? Yeah, okay. Um, we can Shining Strike here, and I'm cool with just ending there. Okay, so this will get rid of most of their damage that they were going to do, which I'm fine with. We're going to be pretty much, yeah, we're going to fully block them. I'm cool with just leaving this guy alive for now, because I would rather be able to kill him next turn if he's trying to hit me. And that's because he's at 3 health, so the chances are I will be able to kill him next turn and potentially stop him from damaging me. Okay, so I don't want to kill this guy here. I'd rather use Reflect on his damage, and I'll then let him hit me. That'll kill him. And what do we have here that we can turn these 2 cards into minion strikes, and we can block for 1 more. Yeah, why not? He's just dealing 11, so it's not that serious. I almost want to kill the guy on the right more because we're going to be able to, or actually, maybe we won't be able to block for that. Let's see what we get. Wait, what did I just play? I meant to play the minion strike. Whoops. What did I play? Know Thy Place. Oh, I played Know Thy Place. Yeah, actually, that's a fine thing to play anyways. Let's see what Glow has for us. Blocks. Not great. It doesn't really matter because we're just going to be able to play this again. Do we have anything we really want? Not really. Okay, I'm cool with ending here and just getting the extra energy from Pale's Tears. And he's doing 14. We're going to weaken him. We can hit here for 21. I'm going to do that. We'll put this on the top of our deck. We know that we're going to be able to block fully at least. Here we go. Pretty easy combat. We have another hidden cache, and I don't see a need for it right now. Yeah, I really don't. Would it actually do anything for us? We already have a Glow Plus and a hidden cache, and we only have 2 attacks that actually use stars, and we have a Shining Strike. I don't feel the need for it. Solar Strike is one of those cards that's much better in Act 1. It's like, I think Solar Strike's one of the best Act 1 cards, just because when it's upgraded, it gives 2 glow. I don't really want to upgrade Solar Strike right now. I have other things I'd like to upgrade. Um, I think Dying Star Plus would be nice, and Guards Plus would be nice. I'd rather just not take it because I'd feel the need to upgrade it, and Conquer doesn't do anything to us because we're not playing Forge. Let's just skip here. I'm convinced that it's gonna suck having to. Are we strong enough right now to beat the N2 bosses? It's a question worth asking, and I think I do just need to go to the store here. Okay, so we have a lot of money. Well, you have no potions, you have 2 additional dexterity. I'm completely cool with just getting rid of these potions for the sake of 2 dexterity. That's really nice. I am cool with raising my max HP by 14, of course. That's pretty hefty. I'd like another glow for sure. Yeah, I'll take that. I would like to probably remove this strike. I think both of these are pretty nice pickups. Master of Strategy and Flash of Steel. Am I... I'm really hoping that one of these two are Hidden Shop. That'd be so good. I'm definitely not strong enough to go up through here. I'm too low HP. So we're not going. We can't assume I'm gonna hit another shop because I might not. Um, I just got another glow, so I'd obviously like to upgrade it. Um, I would only like to take orbit if I'm confident that I'll be able to upgrade it. I might need to rest here, so I'm considering not taking it and just taking these two. Yeah, that's fine by me. So this will make our deck a bit more consistent. We'll have well, this doesn't make it more consistent, but it's just a free 5 damage. Flash of Steel is a completely trivial card to take. You pretty much always do. And Master Strategy is drawing 3 cards. The upgrade's 4. I wish it didn't exhaust with the upgrade. That would be very strong. Okay, so we got some nice card draw. We really do need energy generation though, so orbits, it's not like we have anything better to spend our money on since this is our last shop. Let's just take it. And maybe upgrading that's more important than upgrading another glow because we already do have a glow plus, huh? So, oh, petrified toad. That doesn't really go well with the belt buckle. Actually, I guess it does if we just use our thing right at the start. I love petrified toad in Act 1 because 15 damage is so much, but in Act 3 it really is just it's not doing a whole lot. So, yeah, let's just use the rock right at the start of every combat. Okay, so Owl Magistrate, 17 damage right at the start. I generally like killing it pretty quickly because it does its fly later, and then it only takes half damage. It also does a fair bit of damage when the fight gets to that point. We have no block cards in our hand, which is pretty unlucky. Let's draw for them. We have Reflect, perfect. I'm okay with just going Reflect. Do we need to play Orbit here? Is a question to ask. Probably not. I'm cool with just this turn for now. We'll have our stars set up for next turn. Okay. So he's doing 6, 12, 24 damage. We have block, so that's something. Let's just use all of our block here. Should we play this? Hmm. In the next turn, we're probably going to get more card draw. I almost want to have a lot of energy for that turn. So I'm just going to play Terraforming and end the turn, because Pale's Tears will let our energy transfer over a bit. Okay, so we have our card draw with Glow and Master Strategy with 5 energy. I'm pretty happy with this turn. Do we have anything we would want to turn into minions? Probably, yeah. Let's turn our defend and the... Are we going to use guards this combat? I don't want to count it out. I'd rather... I'll get rid of Photon Cut. I might end up regretting that. Um, let's see here. Shining Strike's a nice thing to play. Let's use it. Is there something that we definitely... Because he's going to do damage at the start of next turn. Is there something that we really need in our deck at that point? And Reflect is something that's standing out to me as something we're probably going to want. So let's put Reflect at the top of our deck and see what happens. 27 damage. Okay, yeah, Reflect's a nice thing to have here for sure. Glimmer. I almost want to put this back in the draw pile just so I can turn it into a minion strike. Yeah, let's turn our 2 blocks into minion strikes. Cool, and then that will reflect back at him the 27 damage. Not too bad. So we really didn't get anything that utilizes the vigor in our deck, did we? Just didn't line up. I'd like to get a block card here, and so 1 in 3 chance. Well, there's a decent chance we do. We got Cosmic Indifference, which will help a bit. I'm cool with just using it. And next turn, he's probably going to attack for a little bit. Okay, he'll be weakened next turn, so we don't need Know Thy Place. I'm cool with just putting Kingly Kick on the top of our deck and just going for the kill. Oh, that was a bit premature, I guess, because... Yeah, that was definitely a bit premature, actually. Shit. I guess we can just turn all of these into guards and just kill next turn. Okay, well, we didn't take too much damage in this combat. I'll take it. Wait, are we really not? Oh, we have Shining Strike. Okay. A Power Potion. A bit better in the late game, I think. Do I want any of these? I'm actually okay with taking another orbit, as weird as that might sound. I think orbits are better in pairs or having 2 or 3 because that way the energy generation is really consistent. I'm gonna take the other orbit. I don't know if we'll be able to go anywhere near infinite. I think we need 4 orbits to go infinite with 2 glows. I think so. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. Okay. I'm gonna focus on upgrading this orbit and hopefully the other one as well. I think that's what I mostly want. Do I want to go for this elite fight? Is a question worth asking. Maybe I do, because I definitely get a rare card reward from it, and so that's really nice. Ooh, this is actually fine. We can weaken him. I can play this and this. Okay, well we got one of our orbits off at least, so that's some energy gen. He's doing a fair bit of damage here. This will make it so he's doing no damage. But we don't need to play that yet. Let's keep drawing. Get some more stars. Do we have anything in our discard pile that we definitely want next turn? I'd be cool with putting Reflect on top of our deck again and doing this. And this. Terraforming. Okay. Decent turn. So Reflect will do pretty much counter all of that. Wait, I forgot to use my potions, and I have my dexterity thing. I'm going to hold on to this power potion, though, because it might be good for the queen fight. Trust me, we're going to need everything we can get for the queen fight. It's a bit challenging. Let's draw the 3 with this. I'm invincible. We can put that on top of it. Actually, we don't need any more blocks, so why don't we just keep going with what we've been doing. We'll put that on top just because why not? We can transform a defend and our I'm invincible into minion strikes. And then we can just do a bit more damage. This is fine by me. So we're going to want to weaken him here. We can just end the combat with that. We have a Patter Plus, a Monologue, and a Celestial Might. Are we playing a lot of cards in our turns now? And does Strength actually scale nicely with us? Not especially. In my opinion, it doesn't. We don't have any multi-hitting cards, so Vigor doesn't scale great with it either, and Celestial Might doesn't do anything for us. I think we might need to skip all of these. I'm questioning whether or not I want to take Monologue or not, because it's a retain when it's upgraded. So it's not getting too much in the way, and we have a lot of card draw now, so let's try it out. It's a zero cost anyways. It's a zero cost retain. I don't think there's much downside to it. Uh, Draw 2 fewer cards at the start of each combat. That's pretty bad, but we could also... Okay, so if we take this option, I'm not going to fight the Elite. And are there any things that could be upgraded that we really don't want upgraded? Because there are things I want upgraded for certain, like the Glow and the Orbit. So that would be a 2 in 28 chance, a 1 in 14 that they both get upgraded. Actually, it's more than that because there's already upgraded cards. There's a decent chance that at least one of them gets upgraded. At the campfire, I'll be able to hopefully if I don't want to take any more combats either way with this. I feel like this might be most conductive to us actually winning the run. I usually don't take Big Mushroom, but a max HP raise by 20 is huge, so we're gonna have a rough turn one, but maybe that's what we need so that Pale's Tears can cook a little bit. Let's go for it. It kind of hurts to do that, but the foul potions don't do anything because we have no more shops coming up. Fortifier, I don't think I like it more than any of those. Now, I think upgrading. Sorry, my nightlight just came on for this. Sorry if my screen turned orange a bit. What do I want to upgrade here, or do I want to rest? Having resting might just be the best option, but I might just risk it and go for this Glow 2 or Orbit. It's between these two for me. I do think I like this a fair bit because we already have decent star generation with our other cards. But at the same time, we do have an energy potion, so it's not as consequential to play this because we're only going to have 2 more casts of it in this run. I'll do the Glow. I think that makes a bit more sense. Okay, on to the final 2 bosses. So I want to get these potions gone as soon as possible, really. But I don't want to just waste them for no reason, because I do have the relic where I get 2 dexterity when I have no potion slots open. That's really good. That's a really good draw. Okay, let's see what power card we're gonna get from this. That's all. I don't know if I want any of these. None of them do anything for me. That's a pretty unfortunate draw. Yeah, I'm just not gonna take any of them because they're not good for me. Okay. Okay, so we have our orbit here that we definitely want to play. Master Strategy will help us draw a few non-chained cards. Card draw is so important into this fight because Chains of Binding, it just, if you don't have any card draw, then you only have like realistically 3 cards in your deck that you can actually play per turn, and that's unfortunate. So let's see. We're probably going to end up playing Glow, assuming we don't get more card draw from this, and we don't. Um, we definitely need more stars. I think I like playing Glow here. We can get more stars from this. And I'm okay with taking some energy and throwing up another block. Yeah. Terraforming is almost something that's pointless to play for me now because we didn't get like any. I don't think we saw a single Stardust. It's pretty unfortunate. A fun little tip is that if you turn the chain cards um, into minion sacrifices, then they actually are unchained then, so it might just be worth doing that. I don't want to do that to Know Thy Place, because that's just... Flying Weak is so valuable. Um, let's put Kingly Kick on top of our deck, because we want to get that ramped up. And then maybe we can play this and put it on top of our deck again. And then we can play this and get it there again. This is nice. Hmm. But wait, I think I'd rather just do this. I'll put Shining Strike in these as minion strike, or as minion sacrifices. This is fine by me. Okay, so here is a bit of a tricky situation because we do not have any draw. We don't have much defense. We're weak and frail. So we definitely... More stars. Do we have anything coming up that needs stars? No, we definitely want to play Orbit, and I'm invincible, I think. I think we just ignore the other two. Now I think we're decently set up to win this fight. Let's cast this. Is there something that we want on the top of our draw pile? Probably not. Monologue was going to retain anyways, might as well. We can play Reflect, Hidden Cache, Glow, another Glow, Cosmic Indifference to... Actually, we're probably going to pull Kingly Kick next turn. I'm going to try to just recycle that as much as I can now, and play it as much as I can, because that's our main damage engine. It's surprising that it's kind of lasted this long as our damage engine, but yeah, it's been doing a lot for us. Let's just end the turn there, because I'd like to keep the energy for Pale. Yeah, that's fine by me. I mean, we might as well play Monologue, right? Why not? This is a lot of damage, holy. It almost makes me not want to play this, because... Hold on. Are we dead here? Oh, no, I guess not. I'm not too confident about the final boss, though. Okay. So, out of these, we're definitely going to want to play Reflect, in my opinion. Let's try to get some minion strikes going with our defense. The more card draw we get into, the better, for sure, I think. Kingly Kick's nice. We can play our Reflect and Patter. Cool. Now the goal is to kind of trim our deck down so that we're spamming Kingly Kick. That's the kind of always been our thing, huh? We don't have any attacks here. He's doing 30 damage. Not great. Not great at all. This is unfortunate for sure. We'll survive. We're probably not going to be able to survive the last part of the Queen combat, but that's okay. So, all things considered, it went pretty well. But I don't want to count it out yet either, so... I think I just have to kill here because we don't know what we're going to draw from Glimmer. So I think that's what we need to do. I wish I probably shouldn't have let Dying Star exhaust either, because that'd be really useful against the Queen. Okay. Um, so that's doing 45 damage. And that probably means we're gonna lose this fight. Um, we don't have any way to weaken. We have a reflect. That might be it. Yep, that's the run. We didn't quite finish it. We got pretty close. I think we would have done much better against the Doormaker. It's just, I think we spread our deck a bit too thin with 28 cards. But it also felt necessary at the time because we needed some sort of power spike to win, and we almost got there. It just took a bit of setup because we needed to trim our deck down to very few cards so that we would just be constantly drawing Kingly Kick and using it. But in this fight, we didn't really get to that point because the chains are just a pretty hard counter to decks that are reliant on one or two cards. So, despite losing, I hope that this was helpful, and I hope you continue to watch. Thanks for watching.